The pages are turning in my vendor booth life, and I'm moving from one vendor booth location to a new space, and I'm so excited to take you along with me and show you how I move all of my stuff. I'm going to show you the new store, and I'm also going to show you how I get it all set up. So I can't wait for you to see how it all turns out. So stay tuned. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. My name is Melissa. I'm glad you found your way here. But in today's video, I'm gonna take you along with me as I move from one vendor booth store to another. The store that I was in an antique district about 30 to 40 minutes away from where I live. And the new store is about 30 minutes away, but in the opposite direction of where the other store is. But it's still about 30 minutes away. But the store is a strictly vendor booth store, and it's a standalone store, and it's called Birds and Berries. So if you're local, I'm in Louisiana, in South Louisiana, in Baton Rouge. The store is right outside Baton Rouge. So if you're local to the area, then I would love for you to stop by. I'm gonna show you the store in a little bit, but the name of the store is called Birds and Berries. And so I'm just gonna show you basically what it took for me to move from the old store into the new store. So if you have a vendor booth, or if you're thinking about starting one, maybe this will help you kind of know what to expect as far as setting up a booth. The booth spaces they're gonna kind of they're about the same size, but for some reason the feel of it is just very different. So it's just gonna it was kind of a process of getting things set up. So I just want you to kind of see what it took for me to get it set up. But for now, let's go ahead and get right into it. Yesterday, I went to the store where I have had my booth and emptied out half of the space because I had a lot. And I am moving to a new space in a different store. And so today you can see my car and all of the stuff in it. It is loaded down, and I'm taking it to the new store, and I'm gonna start moving my stuff in to the new space. I'm gonna show you the space and get everything, not everything, because I still have half of my space left, but start getting it moved in to the new space. So I'm taking you along with me. Here I am on the way to the new store, and I've been there several times, and this whole time I felt like it was a little bit closer than my house is to the old store. But I just looked it up, and it's exactly the same distance. But for some reason, it doesn't feel like it takes as long. But anyway, I'm just pulling up to the new store, and I'm gonna start getting stuff unloaded out of my car. Coming in the door of the new store, and right when you walk in, the room to the left, this space right here, is gonna be my new space. The owner is still moving some stuff out, which is fine because I have only half of my stuff, as I said before. So yeah, this is the space. I wish I could get a better view for you, but anyway, now I am gonna just start moving stuff in. I would give you a little tour of the store. So this is the first room. That's where I'll be. And there's a booth space there. And the store is made up of multi-booths. So there is a lot to choose from. This was an old house that the owner turned into a store. The lights are not on, so anyway, here is another room. And then there's a little bathroom right here, also known as the Tinkletoриum. Cute. And then there is another room here, and there's, I think, multiple booth spaces in this room as well. Lots of fun things. And then she also sells general finishes paint. I guess I could turn on the light. I haven't learned where all the lights are yet. Anyway, this is the little kitchen. And then this is another booth space. Several booths, I think, are in this room. And then down here is another room with some booths. So really lots of fun stuff, lots of gifts, some vintage things, some antiques, some art, some jewelry, and yeah, you come back in this way to the main room or the front entrance, and then back to my space. Ooh, look at this, bath soaks. I could get into that. Anyway, all right, now I'm gonna keep working. Since this store has a different tagging system than the other store, I have to re-tag all of my merchandise. So I have my little label maker, and I have some more of my stuff. So before I really can put anything on my shelf, which I have one more shelf, I have one more shelf that I need to get. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and just re-tag. Once I got my stuff re-tagged that I had with me this day, I just put stuff where I wanted it. I knew that my booth would be going through at least 1 week of, you know, being open. So I wanted to get it set up for those few days before I got the rest of my stuff moved in. All right, here's day one of moving in. I need to get some extension cords for my lamps, but it's coming together. So now I have half left to do. The following Sunday, while I had my husband and my son off, after church later that afternoon, we went to the other store, got the rest of my stuff out, and took it all to the new store. All right, so here's the original things that I moved in, and the rest of the space is emptied out. So now we're gonna move the rest of my stuff in, and then I'll get it set up. We enlisted the help of my son because he has a truck, so we were able to get my baker's rack because it is really tall. I think it's like 6 feet tall. So he was able to put that in his truck, as well as a couple other things in the back seat of his truck, and then everything else from the store fit into my car. And so we just unloaded everything and brought it into the store. And I just had them place stuff kind of where I thought I might want it, with the idea in the back of my head that I probably would move things around the next day anyway, once I got in and kind of started getting things settled. And this is the next day. I have a few things at my house that I needed to bring, some more kind of filler items, as well as a couple pieces of furniture. And so I got all of that stuff in my car. All right, it is the last day of moving my stuff into the new store. I've got my car loaded with the last bits of stuff. It is such a humid day, so that's gonna be fun. But I have my homemade iced coffee ready to drink, ready to keep me cool. So let's go ahead and get this stuff moved in. And just as I thought, I knew I would probably move furniture around, and that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm getting my extension cords plugged in and just gonna start getting things put into place. So it basically took me 5 days, not 5 full days, but 5 days where I had to either go to the old store or go to the new store. And so it took 4 days of that, and then 1 day at home where I re-tagged a bunch of other stuff too. So basically 5 days of moving from one place to the other, but I got it done. Let me know in the comments below if you have a vendor booth, and if you do, tell me where you're located. Here is my booth. I am, for the most part, finished. I still have to bring a couple of things that I wasn't sure I would have room for, and I do, so I'm gonna price those and bring them the next time I come. But I'm just gonna give you a little close-up of some of the areas. I'm really pleased that I fit as much into the booth that I did. I didn't think I was gonna get this much in here, but I did, and I'm really happy with the way it turned out. I think it all flows with the rest of the store, which is really good. You know, when you move into a new space, you never know if you're gonna, fit in or if it's gonna be a good match, but I really think it is, and I'm really happy with the way it turned out. Please let me know in the comments what you think. And if you have a booth, a vendor booth, then give me any tips that you think I might, would benefit from. Thanks so much for coming along with me and hanging out with me while I moved from the old store to this new store. I'm really excited about this new chapter and all of the success that I'm gonna have in my new space. And if you're new to my channel, thank you so much for coming by. Really do appreciate it. I do vendor booth stuff periodically, but I do a lot of thrift hauls and thrift flips. So if you like that sort of content, then I would love it if you would consider being a part of my YouTube family. Click that subscribe button and click the bell button so you're notified every time I upload a new video. And if you would like to see some of those thrift flip videos, then make sure you check out the boxes you see on the screen right now, and I'll see you next time. Bye.